The Bitcoin CME gap exactly got filled up, and right now we're creating a new consolidation phase, which is telling us something about that next move that is about to be happening on Bitcoin right now. So I will be talking about that, the most important support and resistance levels right now ahead of ourselves right now, the most important trend Bitcoin is currently trading in, and many more important charts and patterns that are telling us something about what currently is happening, including the fact that it is currently time to be zooming out, because there is right now something happening on the bigger perspective, which I need to discuss on today's update video. So without any further ado, don't forget to once again slam the like button back above 1000 likes. It will be highly appreciated. And with that being said, let me jump straight away in towards the content. So first of all, I want to be pointing out it is extremely boring over the course of this weekend. Bitcoin has been hovering around this price for already over 3.5 days right now here, and actually you can currently clearly see is that we created a CME gap on 64.1k. Bitcoin exactly traded around that level for the remaining of the weekend. Then we had a slight little pump here on the end of the weekend, but still exactly on the beginning of the Monday we filled up the Bitcoin CME futures gap, despite the fact that we hit that $65,000 target on the Sunday. So currently Bitcoin looks to be still in this mid consolidation range here after we broke this very important resistance box here around $62,000. We moved towards the upside, and actually right now we can clearly see that Bitcoin is consolidating between the highs and the lows of 63.5k and 64.6k, and basically every single time once we do touch these levels we're bouncing from the highs towards the lows, and currently we're still waiting for whenever we're going to be seeing the break below support or the break above resistance, because that is going to be marking that next move for Bitcoin. And let's say we are going to be seeing a move towards the downside, I do believe that this level right here, the white line including the green box right here, are going to be providing big support for Bitcoin on the lower side also, but also on the top side, but at least in this region right here from approximately $61,000 all the way up to $62,000, I am expecting loads and loads of liquidity and loads of love support to be found for Bitcoin if we come back towards that level. So that is what I'm currently personally expecting right now. We did saw the breakout of the symmetrical triangle already reaching our price targets, and more importantly, Bitcoin has broken above this very important daily level of resistance, which right now most likely is going to be flipping into support, because you can clearly see in the past this has been a level of significance. We've seen much support getting found around this level. We've seen Bitcoin even getting rejected by this level over here. We've seen Bitcoin getting rejected by this level over here, and most likely this time around, once we're going to be retesting it, we're going to be testing it as support like we also have done many times before in history. So this is actually quite an important level, and since we're right now trading above it, it means that if we're going to be getting a move towards the downside, we still manage to create a higher high on the market, and so we're going to be flipping this important level back into support right now here. But of course, what is going to be most important is that eventually Bitcoin is going to be taking out this high in the market, because yes, while this trend is emerging, the bigger perspective lower high structure is still in place. I mean, currently what we have seen is that we've taken out the previous high in the market, but the clear exponential lower high structure still needs to get broken. And if Bitcoin does decide to be breaking above this approximate level around $68,000, I believe that if that is going to be happening, that then ultimately Bitcoin is going to be sending up much higher towards new all-time highs. And yes, that is the level where I will be putting close attention towards, because this previous high in the market is most certainly going to be providing big resistance. I mean, this entire region from $68,000 to $67,000 is going to be a level of big significance for Bitcoin, which I do not think we're going to be easily breaking above of. So yeah, I'm going to be looking closely towards that level. Also today, the spot Bitcoin ETF flows are open again here, so that is also a great thing. And still, I don't want to be repeating myself every single day, but there's not a lot of stuff happening, but the funding rates remain to be negative across all the major exchanges, not only for Bitcoin, but also for many altcoins. So this is actually still a very great thing here, because as funding rates is negative, it means that the market is heavily getting shorted, and as it heavily is getting shorted, it means that we're ultimately could be getting that short squeeze on Bitcoin. And always once we do see negative funding rates, we tend to see a squeeze higher, and if we're right now looking at the liquidation heat map, we can see that there's still an approximately $10 billion worth of Bitcoin short liquidations piling up above 70,000 dollars. So that is actually a very great thing what we're currently seeing. And for a market to be increasing, because we have seen Bitcoin increase ever so slightly, but for the market to heavily increase, there's only one thing really needed, and that is liquidity. And what liquidity means is just new money coming in towards the market or in the global market. And what we're currently seeing is that actually the USDT market cap, so the stablecoin market cap USDT, is heavily increasing, and this is increasing the liquidity in the market. And as the liquidity is becoming better in the market, we could search towards new higher prices, because as there are more stable coins in the market, more buying pressure could enter the market as well. So this is a great thing what we're currently seeing. And yes, if we're then also looking at the global liquidity, so at the dollars, the euros, the yen, all the currencies that are getting printed worldwide right now, we're currently starting to see that we're actually starting to see a new trend emerge where we just hit a new all-time high, and the money printer is starting to slowly get on again here, and global liquidity has just hit a new all-time high. And as this is happening, we're seeing that the Fed is of course also going to cut its rates in September, which is approximately happening in, what is it, like 20 days from now on. The money printer is going to get back going. The money printer is going back on. We're seeing increasing global liquidity and money creation, and this will ultimately lead assets to rise. And like I said in my previous video, if you're then going to be looking at the Bitcoin price action, comparing it towards the total money supply, you're going to be putting it on a monthly time frame to have a better perspective. Bitcoin is literally trading around all-time highs against the global money supply here. So the interest on Bitcoin is significantly increasing, despite the fact that the global money supply has not significantly increased. And whenever the global money supply is going to exponentially increase, this is going to cause Bitcoin to have a massive rally. So this is making myself extremely excited, and that is why, of course, I am betting for the long term on Bitcoin. And if you right now want to be trading Bitcoin yourself, you can be currently doing so on Bybit, guys. If you want to be trading on Bybit, don't forget to go to the highest link description of today's video, because if you press on this link right here, you'll come to this page where you can actually claim a free $500 airdrop position on Bybit, which is very free to claim. You only need to sign up an account to Bybit using this link in the description, complete KYC, and you can claim this insane deposit bonus. So if you're interested in that, don't forget to check it out in the link description of today's video. But ultimately, still, Bitcoin is creating a massive bull flag pattern, and whenever this bull flag pattern is going to be breaking out for Bitcoin, that is the point where we're going to be starting to see that next big rally towards the upside. And the downtrend is what we need to be breaking above of, and that is where we are seeing all these major rejections from. So whenever I'm seeing this downtrend getting retested again, you will be, of course, the first one to know. But of course, you do know we're also creating a massive cup and handle pattern, or you could call it an inverse head and shoulders pattern with the left shoulder right here and the right shoulder right here. But yeah, you can call many patterns what you want, but all the patterns that we are creating right here are bullish patterns, and this is by far the largest Bitcoin pattern we've ever seen in history. So things are looking great for Bitcoin right now here. We're getting ready for a massive breakout, and really, if you're just looking at the monthly time frame and just invert it, we can see this previous big support right now flipping into resistance. And if you then just put it back here, you can see, oh wait, it all makes sense right now here. Bitcoin is clearly retesting previous all-time highs and flipping it into support. And just look at this monthly candle, which is going to be closing in 5 days, guys. This is ultimately looking so bullish. Bitcoin is creating a big monthly consolidation, and the breakout will only be bigger, and no one is expecting how big it ultimately is going to be. So this is it for me in today's update video, guys. There's not a lot of new stuff to talk about, but this is all the most important stuff I needed to discuss on today's update video. So if you learned something, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys back tomorrow on another update. Peace out. Goodbye.